Hey everybody, it's Gabe from Thinking Outside the Longbox, and it's time for another quick review. Hey everybody, so we're going to be talking about Netflix Marvel The Defenders today. This is the culmination of 5 seasons of television. You have Daredevil Season 1 and 2, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist. The much maligned Iron Fist, I will go out and say. Pretty simple premise. The 4 characters from the rest of the Marvel Netflix shows band together to fight a common threat in the hand and the 5 fingers of the hand. The stakes are pretty high, as in the destruction of New York City and the release of some kind of evil forces and whatnot. So pretty straightforward show as far as that goes. The plot is not super dense. The plot density basically comes from the first 5 seasons that come before it. Honestly, watching those 5 seasons isn't necessarily integral to enjoying the show, but it's definitely going to be helpful when it comes to enjoying this show. Because you're looking at a bunch of disparate characters coming together who you already have an understanding of if you've watched the other seasons. It's just not a difficult concept. It's exactly what Marvel did with the movies, going from Iron Man and whatnot, like Iron Man and Thor and all of those movies, into an Avengers movie. Basically, the Marvel TV universe has done the exact same thing with these guys. So, first 4 episodes are a little slow. Because they're taking like Luke Cage, who's over here, and Daredevil, who's over here, and Jessica Jones, who's here, and the Iron Fist and Colleen Wing, who's over here, and they're all meandering their way until like right at the end of season 4 they come together as a team, and the end of episode 4 and the beginning of episode 5, then they start to kick ass as a group, even though they kind of are butting heads with each other. So it does the same thing that pretty much all of these seasons does, where it looks at the characters, finds ways to put them in peril, but also gives them a good sense of humor while being engaging and fun. Like I said, the first 4 episodes, they move kind of slow, and if you weren't a fan of the Iron Fist series, these episodes will probably turn you off a little bit, because the Iron Fist series, these will turn you off a little bit, because the Iron Fist segments of these episodes are definitely the most plotting and confused. You know that they're hunting for something, you're not entirely sure what, but you know that eventually they have to just come back to New York City so that they can be part of the Defenders. So that can be a little frustrating if you really didn't like Iron Fist. I actually appreciated parts of Iron Fist and enjoyed it fairly well, so the first 4 episodes of the season really didn't bother me that much. But once it hits that episode 5, it goes right through the ceiling. It is a super fast-paced show in its second half, and you feel like it's moving so quickly that there's the possibility that it might drop off on a cliffhanger ending. It doesn't quite do that. It obviously leaves itself open for another Defender season, another Daredevil season, another Luke Cage season, another Jessica Jones season, another Iron Fist season, obviously, because they're just going to keep making them until people stop watching them. It'll be interesting to see what they do. I really hope that Iron Fist stops just being able to use his right fist at some point. I was kind of hoping that would be something that happens in the end of this season, where maybe he, goes the 2 fists, pow, pow, pow. But, he hasn't figured out more than one glowy fist at a time. As far as Luke Cage goes, he's still probably one of my favorite characters in the entire series. Really enjoyable, always funny, and the interplay between him and Jessica Jones is interesting, and it'll be very interesting to see where that goes. As far as Daredevil goes, of course, really solid character, and the interpersonal relationships between him and his friends kind of influence a lot of the drama behind the show. Not necessarily the action, but a lot of the drama. a lot of the action behind the show is definitely wrapped up in Iron Fist's story and in Elektra's story and just in the general premise of like what the hand is. Other than that, I don't really have a whole ton to say. I look forward to more episodes of it. In general, I really, really enjoyed it. It's a fun show. I really hope they keep going in this direction with the Defenders characters. Of all of the characters that I think are underused, Jessica Jones is definitely the underused character out of the four. I feel like she could get more screen time and more usage. Unfortunately, she has this problem where she is the same power set effectively as Luke Cage, but not necessarily the bulletproof part of that power set. So there's weird little crossovers in their powers that make it so I think they defer to Luke Cage in a lot of situations instead of her. Though she does have some really cool moments and is the snarky like sidekick to the rest of them. I wouldn't call her a sidekick, but the snarky member. There's this amazing scene. She talks shit about Daredevil's costume the entire time. And there's this amazing scene like towards the end of the season where they're getting ready to go in a building and Matt Murdock takes off to put on the costume. And when he comes back, Jessica Jones just gives him a, well, there's that costume again, like a little bit, and that's pretty hilarious. So if you enjoy the other Netflix Marvel shows, this is definitely going to be one that you enjoy as well. It may not be the fast pace that you are looking for from like a Daredevil or a Luke Cage, but it definitely has an excellent storyline that moves the characters forward and hopefully into new seasons. So, yeah, with that said, if you would like to hear more of my thoughts about this particular subject and specifically about the history of the comic book characters and whatnot, please visit our Patreon page where this video will continue as I dig deep into the Defenders. Deep, deep inside of them. Sounds dirty, I know. But anyway, look for more quick reviews, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye. Everybody, thanks for watching. You can find our podcast at www.totlb.com. And if you enjoyed this review, check out our quick reviews playlist, as well as our interviews playlist, which we're constantly adding to with each new episode. You can also subscribe to our YouTube page so that you don't miss a single quick review ever. And also join us on Patreon for more of this review in our exclusive Patreon content. Thank you very much. Bye.